This is our studio. And this is where I work. Recently, my partner and I have found what I think is the perfect studio for us here in Seoul. And I want to show you guys more about the process. But first, I wanted to ask, why a studio? When thinking about this question, I was looking for information online and I came across a case study done in London, and I really liked what one of the artists said. She's a sculptor, and she said, "As an artist, unless you have a studio space, you cannot think properly. It depends what you are making, because I can continue to make artwork, but mostly based around the computer or in small spaces. You can do film or photography-based work, but as a sculptor, you need a space for all of your materials. You need a space to store your tools, and you also need the mental space. Just sitting down, contemplating stuff, and trying things out and try to move materials around." What makes the perfect studio? I narrowed it down to 3 main criteria I wanted to use when looking for a space. And the first one is open versus closed. Is the studio open to the public? Can people just walk in off the street? Or is it a closed space where no one knows where it is and they're not going to come in unless they're invited in? The second criteria is shared or solo. So, is it a space that many people are sharing? Maybe friends, maybe just other artists, maybe even the people who use the space change in and out? Or is it a solo space and it's just you working there and no one else is in your space? You have it all to yourself. And the third and final criteria is, what kind of work are you making? Are you making digital work or are you making physical work? Can you handle having a smaller space? Or do you need lots of space for all of your tools, materials, etc., like a painter or a sculptor? How about me? I would say my needs lie in the middle of all 3 points. In the past, I split these needs between 2 different spaces. So I kind of had my private but smaller space where I couldn't do physical work, but I could do a lot of digital work. And then I had a bigger space, but it was totally the opposite. It was shared. It was very open, very communal, very big, and great for printmaking. But both of these spaces, my house and that studio, were also super far away from each other. So yeah, it being close to our house was probably, outside of the 3 criteria I mentioned, the most important thing. And we used a couple of different apps, which you can use here in Korea, to see what spaces are available, how much the rent is, and how much of a deposit you have to put down. Because in Korea, usually you put down a larger deposit and then you pay a monthly rent on top of that. So here are a couple of the places we visited. Contestant number 1, this big office space that was really spacious but had the dodgiest bathroom in a really old building. Again, very spacious, but I didn't want to work underground the whole time. I definitely crave natural light, so this was also a no-go. Hello. This third option was already some kind of design office, so it was really clean and kind of felt very new, but it was definitely a lot smaller, and it was kind of far from where we lived, like 20 minutes or so, but it did have this nice rooftop. And the fourth option was this big box. Nothing really special about this one. But we did land on this space eventually. It used to be a house and they've converted it into still being a house, but this area was now able to be converted into an office space that they rent out, and it's perfect for us, despite some of its quirks.
What do you think?
Okay, I want to show you guys a little bit of the process of us setting up the space. We, first of all, made some of our own furniture. We had this big metal flat file, and we also wanted a place to sit or for people to come and sit and hang out. So we, with the help of our friend, built this little storage container / sofa. I tried to help as much as I could by lining things up a little bit here or there. And then some finishing touches are a little curtain, some skateboards on the wall, a nice little rug, some more seating, and some little knickknacks. And lastly, we got this sticker made to put on the big glass window. This was surprisingly not that hard to install. I was a little worried, but with a little teamwork, we made it happen. And we even had a little opening party for our friends. By the way, our studio name is Polite Company, and you can find us here or at our online store. I hope this video gives you a little insight on what the market is like in Seoul if you're looking for your own space, or even if you live outside of Seoul, what things you might want to consider when you're looking for a studio of your own. And going forward, now that we have the space finally more organized after a couple of little setbacks here or there, I'm really looking forward to making more stuff here. Yeah, maybe just some more casual videos of what goes on day to day working in the studio. I'm really looking forward to that, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.